I was never supposed to be the hero of the night my family tried to erase me. My name is Elena Voss, 31, data strategist, and the daughter my parents once begged to just stay quiet at family gatherings. A few months ago, I stood frozen in the kitchen doorway, coffee going cold in my hand, while my father's voice sliced through the wall from the den. She's a liability, Claire. Marcus's fiancé comes from old money. Real pedigree. Elena shows up asking about profit margins or server uptime, and we're finished before dessert. My mother sighed the way she always did when she wanted the conversation to end. She means well, Richard. But this wedding is our one chance to finally belong. Belong. The word landed like a slap. My older brother Marcus had just announced his engagement to Sophia Langford, heiress to Langford Hospitality, a luxury hotel empire spanning 3 continents. To my parents, this wasn't just a marriage, it was an ascension. And I, the hoodie-wearing, laptop-glued sister who lived in a modest condo outside Raleigh, was suddenly classified as a public relations hazard. So they made the decision for me. No invitation to the lavish New Year's engagement celebration at the flagship Langford Oceanfront Resort. It's better this way, Marcus told me over the phone, voice smooth with rehearsed sympathy. You'd hate the crowd anyway. I didn't argue. I simply ended the call and went back to the dashboard that had been my secret life for the past 14 months. Because the Langfords didn't know me as Elena Voss, the awkward sister. They knew me as E. Marlowe, the anonymous consultant who had quietly rescued their entire chain from the edge of collapse. It started during the darkest days of the post-pandemic recovery. Langford properties were bleeding cash, vacancies in the 70% range, ad spend hemorrhaging with zero ROI. A desperate agency I'd freelanced for begged me to take a look under NDA. No video calls. No hassles. Just numbers and results. I dove in like it was personal. Dynamic pricing algorithms that adjusted in real time based on competitor rates, local events, even weather forecasts. Abandoned cart recovery sequences that actually converted. Audience segmentation, so precise, we stopped wasting impressions on people who'd never afford a $900 per night suite. Month by month, the red lines on the charts turned green. Then black. Revenues surged 142% in the first year. The board stopped talking about strategic divestitures and started planning expansions again. Victor Langford, Sophia's father, called me himself after the third quarter miracle. Whoever you are, E. Marlowe, you've given us breathing room. We're building a recognition wall in the main atrium of every flagship property. Your name will go up first. I laughed softly into the phone. I'd rather stay invisible. He insisted. A professional photo arrived via secure link. I sent a clean, smiling version and thought that was the end of it. Until Marcus sent me a photo of the invitation, gold embossed, dripping elegance. Until my mother texted me videos from the New Year's party, crystal flutes, ocean view fireworks, Sophia radiant in ivory silk. Until my father captioned one image, "Our son is stepping into his future tonight." I stared at the screen, then opened my email. A new message from Victor Langford sat waiting. Subject: Recognition Ceremony. You're the guest of honor. The Langfords were hosting a spring gala to celebrate the turnaround and, unbeknownst to my family, double as an unofficial engagement blessing. They wanted me on stage. They wanted the wall unveiled. They wanted to shake my hand in front of every investor, partner, and family member present. I RSVP'd yes. The night arrived in late April. Warm salt air. String lights swaying above marble terraces. I wore a simple midnight blue dress I'd actually bought for myself. No borrowed approval required. I arrived early. The atrium wall gleamed under recessed lighting. 7 massive frames. Mine was center, larger than the rest. Elena Marlowe Voss, lead architect of recovery and sustainable growth, transformed crisis into record-breaking performance. I stood beside it, badge clipped to my dress. Elena Voss, strategic partner. Then I heard the familiar laugh, my mother's nervous trill. They entered like royalty, who'd just been knighted. Marcus and Sophia arm in arm. Richard adjusting his cufflinks. Claire scanning the room for important faces. They didn't notice me at first. Victor Langford stepped to the microphone. Tonight we celebrate not just survival, but rebirth. And no one deserves more credit than the mind that engineered it. He gestured to the wall. Spotlights snapped to my frame. The room quieted. My mother gasped audibly. Richard's face drained of color. Marcus's smile froze into something brittle. Victor continued, voice warm and proud. Please welcome the woman who saved Langford hospitality, Elena Vos. Heads turned. Whispers rippled. Then recognition hit like a wave. Sophia's eyes widened. Wait,
Elena?
as in? She looked from the photo to me, then to Marcus, whose mouth had opened and not closed. I stepped forward.
No hiding. No shrinking.
Victor beamed. And I understand she's family now. Marcus's sister. The silence was deafening. My father tried to speak. Nothing came out. Later, in a quiet corner of the terrace, my family surrounded me like cornered animals. You never said anything, Marcus hissed, hurt and accusation tangled together. You never asked what I did, I answered calmly. You were too busy deciding I didn't fit. My mother's voice cracked. We were protecting the moment. You were protecting your version of perfect, I said. I was busy building something real. I turned back toward the ballroom where people who actually valued my work were waiting, people who cheered when my name was called, not because of who I was related to, but because of what I'd done. I didn't need to yell. I didn't need tears or a dramatic exit. The most powerful moment wasn't the applause. It was walking past that illuminated frame every time my family visited the resort from then on. My face, my name, my work, etched into the empire they once thought I could never touch. Sometimes the best revenge isn't loud. It's simply refusing to stay small so others can feel tall. If you've ever been the one they tried to erase, hear this. Your worth was never theirs to measure.
Build anyway.
Shine anyway. And when the lights finally come on, they'll see exactly who's been lighting the way all along.